And there's the start. Okay, well. Nah. Well, 2 times in 1 day, guys.
Yeah, and I have to say, credit to Arteezy earlier. I know, I'm a bona fide, signed-up member of the Sumail Storm Spirit Club, and because he's a phenomenal player on it. But I have to give props to Arteezy earlier. That was a great game for him.
As am I, but look, Arteezy has been a very good Storm Spirit player for a very long time. Like, 2 times in 1 day, guys.
Yeah, and I have to say, credit to Arteezy.
Was the only build. I told him that Treads, I had this really cool build. I said it on stream, I was like, not actually angry, but I was like, dude, there's this cool build, like Treads, Kaya, Orchid. I've been doing it every game, like, it's sick. And he called me a straight up moron. And a lot of people,
but you're a Storm player.
Yeah,
it's our tour.
And my chat's like laughing at me like, ha ha ha, you fool. And I felt embarrassed and I never went it again. Then I see him play against a Tinker.
And he used the same build.
And he went the exact same build.
Our tour calls everybody.
All right, we've got to wrap things up, boys. Very quickly.
Yeah, I think
EG?
it's a strong game. EG.
Too strong. Okay. We think it's too strong for EG. It's another great draft from the boys. And they have another Storm Spirit. Let's see how they get on in game number 2.
Indeed, Red Eye, this is maybe the last chance here for Na'Vi. We'll see if they can pull it together. But it looks to be a very scary draft from EG. Look, you could see sort of from the facial expressions of Na'Vi, it seemed like they were very sort of, didn't look like positive people.
And Omni came out and it's like, uh-oh.
It's a scary lineup for me. But what's sort of the shining lights for Na'Vi's lineup, do you feel? Can they do that?
I look back to that whole, core counters, free games idea. Maybe there's some flexibility here. So you said at the end of the last game, so is there a chance to go for something off the wall? Something they could try. Could they try the Dendy AA? And then they opened with it, and I was like, oh, is it possible? Are they thinking about it? But then, I mean, how are you going to catch the Storm Spirit? Like, this has been the problem. The hero's been 5th picked in a couple times this tournament, and what's their control? The last pick was a Shadow Demon. So they pretty much have to execute flawlessly. Huge pressure on the Sand King to get things done. The way that Arteezy or Sumail, assumedly Arteezy on the Storm again, and Sumail will be taking Omni Knight, will get and not have.
They're like getting that first pick, getting it straight through. This is something that you always sort of look towards the opponents to say, do you have an answer this time? Game 1, we saw the Lycan Fear have a very free game. It was very hard for Na'Vi to do anything about him. This game, I mean, as you said, the catch, if anything, it seems as even like you don't have the Chronosphere, you don't have that sort of massive lockdown to guarantee you a chance to beat into him. It's going to be very scary unless they can really push him behind in the laning stage. But even if they do that, we saw in game 1, Fear, he was absolutely pushed behind in the laning stage. Dendy dominated his lane, but Fear just made a perfect recovery.
So I'd be curious to know why they want to leave that like that. I get it, game 1. I get it. I think you have a plan, gonna make it work and everything. But if you bully him so hard, and he's still such a major impact in terms of how you lost, it's kind of surprising that he shows right back the very next game. But perhaps now they're thinking, okay, we know what happened. We know we can beat him in the lane. We're going to try and figure out a solution. We've got a couple different matchups that look kind of okay. Timbersaw. But can we then get an advantage off of this? I don't think they're going to get as good as a matchup as they had last time, the Death Prophet. That unlikely. Thankfully, Na'Vi, with someone having a DC right now, so we're just taking a bit of time. They're going to have to think this one over.
I mean, you can see, I said these lads, they seem a little less on the side. I mean, there was a smile coming out from Sumail.
Well, he's playing Omni again, dude.
I mean, absolutely. And Sumail's a pretty straight-faced, focused kind of guy, but when you see a little smirk come out of him, you know that he's sort of in his element. And as you feel very, very happy. It's going to be very interesting to see how it goes down. EG, they did look good in game 1. This game 2, absolutely have to do it with.
Standing guard. Not enough Lifestealer picks.
Really, no, not for. Go elsewhere.
Just Misery was giving us trouble, it looks.
We do have some issues at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. We are just waiting.
You know what it is.
DC, I imagine it's Misery.
Crit probably like unplugged his mouse. He's like hazing, Get the new guy. Totally got him, guys. Oh, I put some tape under his sensor on the mouse. We can't get it to work.
EU to EU bounce. And
he still looks perplexed at that.
Roger. Those eyes, they've seen I'm sure he's just in deep. For all we know, this could be...
They need some deep thought.
What is that?
Apple juice.
It looked like some sort of, hard liquor. So I guess we should be able to get back in. Moment. Oh,
there we go. High
Yeah.
fives. All right, that's the key.
You gotta get this man.
Found it.
Come on, knocked it up a bit in that room. You can feel the tension. They need to sort of liven their spirits up. This is potentially be the last game. They have to do something dramatic to swing this series around.
It's good that he's a morale coach too. It's nice to have someone like that on your team. Tech guy's not nearly as excited.
No, he's calling in senior tech guy. Tech guy on the floor.
This is the guy who comes in and just says, "Did you turn it off and on again?" I tried that. Misery's like, "I have tried that. Okay, I'm going to call somebody else."
Biting at the lips from Dendy.
Can I play AA this game?
Look at his, he looks upset. I want to give him a hug. Give that man a hug.
I wish
I hope he is playing the AA. I mean, I'm sure some people listening, or if you're watching in client, they will see.
They know. They know who's like, we don't know anything.
They're like screaming at us, "It is a mid AA," or "It's not a mid AA." Of course it is.
You idiots! We're just too hopeful.
But this is, lots of time for the teams to have a talk, and as you see, both sides are certainly utilising it. Thoroughly talking through the game plan here. Ready to play.
Start pause strat. Often used in the online region, specifically in North American Dota. Some would say a long-held tradition of the region migrating across.
I hope that EG put a reason in the...
Oh,
because Crit did. Crit said
he
wanted to
vocal.
see reasons for pauses. I'm sure. Looks like we are good to go. And it is not a Dendy AA.
Boo.
It is a Dendy Timber Source and Nako AA.
But it is a general Shadow Demon.
It is.
So that's pretty hype.
Yeah,
we like that.
Something a little
That's
different
fun.
in that sense. And of course, RTZ will be playing the Storm Spirit, Fear Lycan, Samael, Misery Tusk, Crit, Rubik. I think there's in the past, Crit used to have some quite flashy players. Flashy. We sort of get the chance to see a few games now and then of it from him. Not too often, but nice to see him on this game. Na'Vi, can they do it here? I mean, it's an exciting one because if they do it, it's going to be incredibly impressive because EG's lineup, just looking draft to draft, it just says you ain't got much of a chance.
I had the pleasure of watching the earlier on the United and Storm game, and EG made it look damn good. Now if I look at the control in this game, we have basically like disruption into Burrow Strike. Hope at some.
They have to get the execution down to perfect. And,
and you're dealing with a repel.
Yes.
So, and then at least they were able to itemize a little bit. Like earlier when we had some problems with control with one of the EG games, they were able to itemize into like sights and stuff for the Weaver of Raven, which is how they came back in that game. No, well, that game doesn't even look very good. There's no good Abyssal hero.
No.
There's really not the best scythe, maybe like a Blink Scythe sort of build from General, as it is kind of this weird offlaner that gets... He doesn't have very specific items that you need on the Shadow Demon offlane. Kind of does a magical damage.
I mean, I'm sort of looking at maybe I feel the sort of biggest if Dendy does become this unkillable beast on the Timber side. If he gets a good start, if he can get these sort of key items early on, there isn't really sort of massive amounts of nuke damage on the side of EG, and yeah, Dendy playing this nicely here. He's laying aggressively.
This looks great though. This is the matchup they wanted, right? This is why you picked Timbersaw.
Sure.
You're like, okay, we're gonna get the early matchup, and yeah, it's not really safe to call things off lane Shadow Demon anymore. Of course, that's where the hero was most often seen, but with so many lane swaps these days, it's gonna be the off lane player in general, Mr. General, in the mid lane.
Playing the mid SD.
I like it.
That's that. Yeah, let's see how this goes. I mean, he's not gonna have a lot of fun in this sense. He does get dragged back. Looks like he'll be fine. TP does come in from Roger. So General will survive for now. I mean, we're
scary.
We've all seen the clips, of a core Shadow Demon late game, the level 25, destroying enemy cores. Maybe we get that out of Na'Vi this game.
And this used to be a very famous roaming duo, Shadow Demon and Sand King. You disrupt into a Burrow Strike, there's some damage from the illusions. Now they just kind of have it as like a dual lane option, and before Storm's level 6, they do have the opportunity to apply that pressure. Question is, will they be able to actually do anything with that pressure this game? Much like with last game, where they kind of felt like they were a little bit ahead, it was spent on a Battle Fury and a lack of forward progress led into the ratting of each. Dive either. Just not really worth it, honestly. They just want to make sure they get this wave, keep it pulled back, get into a nice spot for themselves.
Regeneration.
Speaking of rolling, we don't have our Tusk in the mid lane. So used to it. You know, you got Crit instead playing the Rubik. So
like that. The disruption onto Arteezy. Can't follow up straight away after General does get on by Crit. Stacking up the poison. Just coming in from the sidelines with the Burrow Strike. He will continue to stack the poison up. Is it going to be off? He does have 3 stacks upon him, but Crit's there. Got the bottle charges. Be fine. Forces Roger and General away.
a lot of pressure on Misery this game. You know, you gotta live up to this Crit Tusk. Not an easy thing, dude. He's looking fantastic.
Absolutely.
Plus, he's not gonna be getting as much gold as Crit. Down the poor end.
On top lane.
Can I get a first blood?
Gee, they're looking for
the
it.
body blocks!
Yeah, Crystallize will make sure that Suneko can get away to safety for now.
Good lad.
Turn around, throw down one of his spells. That might cost him. He's going to look for the deny to the neutrals, and he'll certainly get it.
Perfect.
Heals himself. And the creeps. Kill.
Even with the extended death timer, it's always going to be worth it to do that at this point in the
especially because it's still the first blood. You know, 4 minutes in, no one's died yet. It's going to be worth a lot. So bottom lane, CS, Dendi, 19-2, 18 for 1. Pretty much these two. They can very much farm. I mean, sure, Timbersaw, you got great harassment against any sort of melee. You got a ridiculous amount of regen, so you more than sustain sort of the burst anyway. Especially with, you know, sort of the way the Whirling Death works, removing your base attribute. It's just going to mean that you're going to regen up to fuller health even quicker.
He's a bit of a level advantage though, which is going to be very good for Dendi, because he really wants to crack level 6 first, and he should be able to just get a free kill. There's no help there for Fear. Obviously, if he has the 6 on Fear though, he's just going to ult. Still opting for the Wolves build as well, even though he's up against the just keep microing them away, let them regen back up.
Yeah. That's the thing. Oh, yeah, they stage the nuke. Timbersaw's damage output to elides the walls immediately in one burst. So, laning, Crystallize actually suffering quite a bit on this safe lane Jara in terms of CS. He's only got 12 CS compared to the 20 of Sumail. So Sumail, once again, a very strong start to the game in terms of his lane. Chased down there by this homing missile. Roger is going to cross as well with the Burrow Strike. Quite get the kill as Sumail will have the chance to purify. In fact, Sumail could turn and maybe threaten that of Rogers. Sumail will opt to repel, try and run himself away. There's a wraparound coming in from Suneko, but Misery cuts off Suneko very nice with the ice shards, but they will still get the first blood Na'Vi as Suneko's able to reach across the tree line, drop down the cold feet, and they get the neutral deny. I mean, Na'Vi, first blood, and making sure that EG get nothing in return there.
Excellently done by Suneko. General's pro debut on Shouty. 47 unique heroes in his career and 7 unique heroes in his 7 games here at ESL 1 Genting.
I mean, I'm just interested to see what he builds and how much of an impact this core Shadow Demon can have. So far in the middle lane, 22 CS, he's farming alright. And then top lane, Sumail and Misery rolling in onto Crystallized, TP in for Suneko. Will manage to force back Misery, Sumail from diving for more. But I mean, what is the idea between the testing?
Yeah,
what's it gonna do as a core?
Radiant's bottom
BB
tower
on.
is under attack.
I would want to make it happen if I could. For the action set is up top.
Ooh, nice snowball just in time to stop the cold feet from proccing, but it may not be nice enough as well. Roger's looking to chase him down. Purification there for the Sumail. Will keep and alive. Roger now be chased down. Sumail. 3 heroes to deal with. So Roger himself away in time. Back to farming.
I guess maybe they're overvaluing the Purge, in my opinion, up against the Omni Knight. Can't take off the Repel anymore. Can only take off the Guardian's Angel. and they don't even have that much physical damage. Obviously, once Jarro's really farmed and he talents more damage for Black Cannon, it's going to then, so at least they can down a bit more like that. But other than that, it's just your typical Shadow Demon, lots of magic damage burst. It's a very unique hero. It's not something we see all too often, so not fully fleshed out, I would say, in terms of the ups and downs, as it were.
I'll be interested to see if sort of maybe the itemization of Sumail changes. You know, does he necessarily go for a Radiance on the Omni this game? Because there is the illusion potential that this core SD is going to be able to utilize. It
has been changed so that you can actually turn it off during disruption. Unless that's been patched, you can actually shut it off, which is kind of dumb. It sucks to be Shadow Demon. Yeah. Then he doesn't get the Radiance.
All right, yeah, if that works, yeah. Then no
still be okay.
Over here now.
Crystallize, sort of sitting AFK. Here's Arteezy, zips in him, and that'll be an easy kill for EG. Not expecting that rotation at all, as it seemed from Arteezy. General has come up. They do have 3 members now, but they really need some sort of catch, and that does require Roger or General to be on the front line, so Arteezy will be fine.
And you can see that with all that attention top, that Catapult has taken down the full bottom tower, and Dendy's kept it here.
This is, what, 8 minutes in?
Yeah.
And the Timbersaw is heavily pressuring a tier 2. What the heck happened down here? How does this man get
this is when Timber has looked his best lately. It's moments like this where there's no one who can really deal with him early, and they do have that problem.
Mid lane, Fear pops the ultimate, dives in onto General. General, no way that you can survive between these 2 core heroes going in on you. Fear and Arteezy take the kill. Also get the tier 1 tower as well. I mean, this is the thing, you know, sure, he disrupts one of them too, but the other one's just going to come running at you. These 2 very, very high mobility cores. It makes a core Shadow Demon just suffer massively whenever he's out on his own in any lane.
Slides again, just starting to catch back up to 27-21. He is 1,000 gold behind the Lycan.
Is under attack.
Not looking to 1k lead is handed over to G. Gyro, they picked it into the Lycan too, which was a bit surprising. It sounds good, I would say, because, you know, you can help deal with the summon. You have Flat Cannon, so it looks kind of good in that sense, but they have the save of the Shadow Demon. Could be another good reason why they were thinking that it was very good this game as well, because they want to be able to make sure he doesn't just get totally destroyed by the Lycan running at his face. There's a chance that the disruption will come out, Lycan's now pulled into the fold, and then you'll get this Burrow Strike in, you'll get this AA Blast. That all has to be pretty tactically sound from Na'Vi, though, compared to the tactic of Lycan just literally running at your face and clawing at you. So,
around making some rotations and getting big kills as well under the belt of their Storm Spirit. Who, you know, Arteezy, he's pretty much got the Kaya complete on top of the treads. So this very sort of power spike he has early on. He is out of mana though. Dendy coming in with the rotation, but not looking to chase. A little too wary of what could potentially waiting on the high ground of EG there.
Looks like another great game for the Fang Splits build, I would say. Going the Kaya.
Absolutely,
and like you're up against the Shadow Demon. If he just zips on him, silences him, destroys him. Zips on the Timbersaw, gonna help his team there too. Sand King, plenty of good Orchid targets in this match. And that gank too that they tried on Crystallize, whether it's like if you try and save him with the Shadow Demon, well guess what? Tusk, another great thing he counters because he uses that time when they're disrupted to try and create some space and then start casting some spells on them, like followed with an ulti or something like that. And then what happens? They just snowball, they dodge into his ultimate, and they chase you down from where you're trying to create this gap. So overall, the Tusk just kind of counters this whole Shadow Demon save anyway.
How aggressive Arteezy's looking to play. I mean, he's got the backup to do so. Crit with the setup straight away onto Dendy, and Dendy's gone. 30 seconds, no Timber.
Oh, Crick got the ulti too.
And he's looking for more. Yes, he's moving in bottom lane. Fear's going to be diving in onto Crystallize. There's a homing missile to hold back the Wolf. Will buy some time for Crystallize to run himself away. Top lane, Na'Vi looking for the turnaround. Will go into the Rubik. Bottom, Gyro goes down, but the GA comes out just in time for Sumail. Keeps Crit alive, and now EG can chase down for kills themselves up top. They'll move in onto General. Zip it forward with Arteezy, taking down a third hero across the map. Misery's not done yet. They have the shards onto Roger. The rest of EG moving back over. Sumail and Arteezy RTZ maybe hoping to look for the SK as well. RTZ's low on mana, but they have the Purification, AoE damage, and pop down a Remnant, burst down another. 4 heroes going down in quick succession on Na'Vi as EG leads 7-1, 4K lead, and another tower will be in the bank for them very soon as well.
My hair for the post-game camera here.
It's getting pretty brutal.
That looked like the end of game 2 when they were just kind of chain feeding. Honestly, trying desperately to like throw these waves away. Like, no, back from these buildings, please. Leave our base. This time it's just a tier 1, but it's already looking like a serious problem here for the side of Na'Vi. We haven't had the AA combo at all. There's nothing. I mean, it's not even an easy combo to hit. This needs like a Blink Dagger or something on Shadow Demon, or a super dive from EG.
And the heroes you're trying to hit it against as well. So many ways for them to work around it.
It's a Lycan and a Storm Spirit.
Around, running around. How do you do it if you're Na'Vi? Maybe you just hold out and you try and get to that Divine Rapier Gyro moment. But that is quite a few pipe dreams away. This game starting to look
are scanning.
grim quite early for Na'Vi with the lead that EG's got. Fear is Lycan. I mean, I think, you know, if other teams here at the van are watching this, they will
look what they tried to, like, some
maybe
sort of
learn the lesson.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Na'Vi, they're trying to fight here, but it's EG that are happy enough to turn it. They snowball into 2. EG, RTZ takes down 1. That's a core. General SD going down straight away. EG ready to chase down for more as they push Na'Vi back. Roger burrow striking the units, trying to hold them out here. RTZ with a massive zip comes across towards Roger. Doesn't have the control though, so Roger will be able to keep his distance. Dendy looking to turn with the Chakram onto Misery. Moving back in, Na'Vi. Actually fight this though, Grip with the stolen burrow strike off the back of the telekinesis. Blows up that Roger Sand King that came poking his nose around. 9-1 lead for EG. It's not slowing down anytime soon as it seems.
Honestly, I would wager this is a situation where the matchup just hasn't occurred that often that you don't realize how brutal it is. Because this Tusk is actually, their only way back in this game is some sort of gank play. And before they have a Blink Dagger on this Shadow, or this Sand King, it's going to be like smokes with Shadow Demon initiating with Disruption. Plays like that. Tusk 100% counters them. It's brutal. They just come out with a disruption, all these spells are laid down, and he just snowballs everyone. And you try and run, and they just chase you down, and they have all this mobility. It looks horrifying, frankly. That's a horrifying angle right there at the top of that chart, I'd say.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you, Pim.
EG, there's, you know, a reason why we saw a few smiles on the faces of them coming into this game, and maybe even after the back of the last one. Very confident in this matchup against Na'Vi. And also, as we saw, Na'Vi looked a little wary coming into this game after the draft. You could certainly see that they themselves were not too confident with the hand that they ended up dealing their own side.
So confident.
All
Picked
ones
4th.
will break.
Nothing that deals with
He
Repel.
knows, yeah, he's in no threat at all. Absolutely go wherever he wants on the map. Back, down, bottom, over Na'Vi's half of the map. EG invade, they get another kill for RTZ. Samel getting gone on. He's got Purification back up in a few seconds with that sort of speed with the phasing drums. No Warrior being caught out by a Cold Feet proc.
They'll have to be a bit careful. Repel's on cooldown for quite a while. And they do have Visionary with the Shadow Demon, but this rests onto him is there's a bigger concern. Bottom Ice Blast will hit down there, but there's no one to follow up.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Should be another tower for Evil Geniuses. 15 minutes in, take these tier 2s like nobody's business. Pushing power appears like, and Rogers comes in. We'll hold the push off for now.
Okay, Invis Room could help here.
Misery, though, gets a beautiful grab onto Crystallize, traps him, sets him up for RTZ to zip across straight away and get the kill. Now, VR coming in. They are looking to try and take some sort of a fight in return. General knows that RTZ's low. Can he quite close the gap for the disruption? Doesn't look like he can. Maybe Roger can get in for a burst strike. No, too many members of EG around. Roger can't commit with a stun. DD as well, waiting for RTZ. So Na'Vi keeping across. Unable to do anything about this gyrocopter going down once again, and just cannot bite back into EG's lineup. They just don't have the catch or setup from range. They have to get in close with the disruption or a burrow strike.
This looks like one of those games where you talk about how like the drafting formula tends to work and how it's often explained is that you like do your supports first and then it goes core, and then you pick a core to counter that core and a core versus that core and everything, and then in the end there shouldn't technically be like 2 cores that counter you in most situations, right? Because they can only see that core and then have so many different things, blah, 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 or at least you can counter that core back or something. But what happened here is that they essentially picked this gyro into this Lycan, and he just runs at your face, and then they get to pick a Storm Spirit after too, because you picked your core into a core that counters your core, and then they just pick another one, who not only has a free game, because there's no one to stun him, but if he just gets on top of this gyrocopter, what are they going to do?
Radiant's bottom
Absolutely
tower
nothing.
is under attack.
But Dendi got that tower.
He got
another 9 minutes.
He got that
but he got
too.
it.
And he does have his Bloodstone.
Under attack.
Possibly just a general, nearly having the Midas, but this is a very, very poor core. Mid SD with about the same net worth as Crit's Rubik to crit. Yeah, infinitely better time on that support role.
This is some RTZ Midas timing. And so that is
Is mine.
Great,
just as desperate.
General. Maybe they can stall the game and do something, but it's going to be oh so hard with the way that EG pressure on, and with a completed Orchid on Arteezy on top of the Kaya. This Storm, very scary at this stage of the game, as there is very few items or ways that Na'Vi can play around it. Sure, maybe a defensive disruption, as long as the SD General himself isn't the one being gone on by Arteezy, but it doesn't look great.
It feels like there's no other item that would change anything. It's like, if he buys a Blink, does it matter? We've seen the disruptions largely not impactful. You might as well just try and get somewhere. He has the added bonus of having the XP talent, so it's going to amplify that Midas by a bit more. Try and get him into those big talents later on that pump out insane amounts of magic damage. That'll give them some sort of a chance. That's their hope, at least. And they have the Blink Dagger on Roger, so very important smoke here for them. Has to be a core pickoff. Can they find some?
Dire's middle tower
It's easy,
is under
yeah.
attack.
That will be good.
I am very surprised if we see Arteezy die even the once this game with the way that it's going. 0 deaths on his Storm, of course. That's only the 1 kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So no. KDAs of the whole of EG look pretty.
Who's their feeder?
Yeah, who was the one that died again? I can't remember now. It was so
Dire's
long ago.
middle tower is under attack.
I was Samael.
Oh, that's right, the first blood.
Oh,
That was the very first
Feeding.
kill.
Samael, you got to step it up.
Sorceries avail.
It's like a handicap. And it
Yeah,
gave it
yeah,
the
give him a
start.
little bit of chance.
Right,
you know,
and then
this
it's like,
was-
then we'll take 11 straight.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
percent of deaths this game.
Radiant's
Will
top
be
tower
brought up at the
Pizza party
post-tournament
soon.
meeting. Yeah.
Oh my god, we just had a Oh shit.
Where's Fog gone?
Dire's
Why are
middle
you here,
tower
Trent?
is under attack.
Giannis?
Radiant's top
Surprise.
tower is under attack.
Go bottom lane, Roger. Getting moved in apart. They go in with the snowball. Roger bursted down by the telekinesis Spade Bolt. And a tier 2 tower for
Dire's
EG.
bottom tower has
14k
fallen.
gold lead. Na'Vi with their backs against the wall. They need something incredible. I don't know if they're going to get it. Arteezy ready to just dive into the base with the Orchid. Straight onto General. General's down. They look towards Dendi. Crystallize comes in with the cooldown, but Na'Vi, they had 3 heroes dead at the moment.
God.
Misery rolling forward. Arteezy coming across. Takes down a 4th. It's GG. It's all over in an absolute stop. 15 to 1, 20 minutes in. 16k lead for EG. They knew it from the draft. If you go back and watch those screens of Na'Vi, they're probably going to be very similar to the screens we're going to see after the game. You could tell this was a team, they drafted themselves into a corner. They knew they didn't have a
believe there's blocking, yeah.
Looks like
It
it's inside.
definitely
Right now, the GA arrives. Mugi has to turn and fight, but the refraction after the wand. Miracle stands tall in this middle lane.
Yeah, still really strong. No way that they could really kill him there when his team is behind him, protecting him, making sure nothing goes. But you can see the majority of his right clicks are going towards the golems. They have less armor. And gonna be a pretty clean ancient farm.
Yummy. What does that push him up to? One of the mithril hammers, that's Desolator over half done. When that stack is all completed. Mugi, how are we looking for him? Armlet is nearly complete, just the gloves of haste missing. Kaka pops Invis, Vendetta up at top, Mind Control dies down at bottom, but NewBee setting up for a go here onto GH. Kaka.
They should be able to bring him down.
3-man stun, no,
misses the stun.
GH is going to juke away. He's speedy, he's a man on a horse, but the Infest has long enough range to catch a final bit of damage now as Faith dies mid lane, defending tier 1. TP from
the TA.
It looks a bit weird without the side blades there, but we'll move forward with a stun onto Kaka. Miracle focuses a hit onto KP, but it's time to run a little bit here, I think. This Matoma man overstepping his bounds. Kaka, carapace up with a man. Now, takes down Matoma man.
They're so tanky. The ALD.
Mugi gets just out of range. The burst strike lands, and look at him go. A nice purification from KP will keep him up and running for a little bit longer, but Miracle just relentless. Unstoppable damage coming through.
He is unstoppable and relentless, but he can't quite bring them down. They have a little bit too high armor, and he does not have the Desolator yet. So fighting here, I think maybe he should just have kept farming the stacks, but now they're going to try and take a tower or get something more out of this. But this is looking pretty hard to pressure the Dire here. They're looking pretty strong under... Going behind, going on Sankey.
Caught MC, but he's got a Burrow Strike after the Sandstorm to get a bit of distance there. And
unfortunately, he used his Spiked Carapace very early. If he waited maybe a little bit and then ran on top of him with the Spiked Carapace, we could prevent
Matu denies out tower from Storm as SC goes for the zip TP. Feeling a little bit unsafe down at bottom lane. Kuro will pair up and try. Get a bit of farm here on the Dragon Knight. Treads, Soul Ring, moving into drums. He's lacking a little bit, it feels like, Matthew, but...
He definitely is. He didn't have the easiest laning stage, but he's recovering, I suppose, running back to the lane and just farming away.
Miracle focusing on finishing that Deso, of course.
Oh, he's not going to be recovering so easily. He does not have TP ready, and here comes a gank. First they send out the Lifestealer. Meanwhile...
Kaka is like, I'm staying invis until the last second.
Yeah, I guess he'll last it as well. For that.
Mid lane Faith dies to the rest of Link.
The Blink Sand King used the ulti actually to commit that kill.
Again on Storm, but SC zips forward, aggressively looking for a play to make here on Kuro. He ready with a Purification Bomb if required, but Miracle arriving means that they have to kind of...
He may have been able to get that kill, but it would be so risky for Storm to go in.
He'd burn like all of his mana for an AA, right?
Exactly, he would use every single point of mana just to go in, and then maybe TA would be able to kill him. Scary situation. As well. Look at him farming. Efficiency going on here. Killing the creep wave. Lane at Saint. Sand King coming in.
One controls like, nah, mate.
GH knew what he was doing as well.
Mid lane, hello,
really
round coming in. Kotl TPs, Miracle hiding in the trees. The Fiends zip in onto Matu as Storm zips back and forth, trying to get out of danger. But Matoma man is still alive. Kaka needs to get in here.
GH saving him, and now counter initiation.
Mind controls in, but the GA, that will be really nice for the disengage of NewBee. Ice Blast crosses the river and will land onto a couple of NewBee heroes. MC has a blink stun. Who can he target? He jumps in. The vision they've got on the Omni Knight is looking good. No repel for 18 seconds, and with Matu's stun, this should secure a kill here onto the...
Still want to fight this though. Everyone going in.
Cancelled.
Oh. They're backing out.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Karka's thinking about going now onto Miracle. Refraction ends. Or a strike onto Faith. Now the Storm zipping forward. A nice mana burn onto the Sand King. Secures that kill. Liquid, have you ever stepped here to sleep onto this little old Templar Assassin? But Karka dies to the big Illuminator GH. Showing off the strength that he's got as the Deso damage onto the Centaur.
Run, Centaur Conqueror.
Stomp.
You're a conqueror.
Felt pretty even,
Dire's
honestly,
middle
but
tower is
ends
under
up
attack.
being a net worth
Dire's
win there
top
for
towers are
NewBee.
fortified.
It was a good fight for Liquid in the beginning, but then they got a little bit out of position with
Dire's
Mind
middle
Control,
tower has
along with the
fallen.
AA as well. Two of them just got a little bit deep when they tried to ward up. AA got the ward down, but I wonder if they didn't realize that that's what he was doing.
Stays alive through it all, though, right?
He did.
102, 110 CS.
The big story, how strong he's getting, and Coddle also surviving.
C gone on by MC and GH, but they are unable to kill him. Still on about and stun.
So I only recently started really thinking about the implications after you do that. Like, what happens after that failed gank? It's still forcing the Storm to run all the way back to base. If you're paying attention to him right now, it's going to take a long time before he gets there. And he has to bottle up and start healing. And then, well, he could TP out to a lane, but then he doesn't have TP ready. So he's probably going to have to pull lightning, bottle a little bit, and run a little bit. And then he gets to a lane. It takes a very long time. So he uses the TP. Now he's not going to be ready to go if there's something happening bottom or top. Even a failed kill attempt can still be quite successful, is what I'm trying to say.
Some kind of reaction from your opponents, or just removing efficiency. Like,
Dire's
Karka,
tower is under
I think
attack.
Matu knows something's happening, that they're pinging and like,
Oh,
hey, there's a guy
Kuro.
here, but Kuro's the one that gets found out.
He didn't get the memo. He died.
Storm Spirit,
Oh, no, he's rooted.
Louise, that is super dangerous.
Radiant
We've got to watch
structures
out.
are
Those
fortified.
Prowlers. They will take any chance they get.
Oh, enemy hero? Yes. Don't mind if I do. I'll root you up.
Root you up, chase you down.
Moogie going in here. The Burst Strike does catch KP in the back end.
TA
The damage
dying.
coming in onto the TA. No refraction. Now it comes up. Low HP, but Miracle gets out. GH can turn this one around with a grip onto Matu, not killing him off, but finally the damage will arrive. Moogie and Karka secure it. A big Illuminate across 3 or 4. Chunk of damage onto the NewBee squad.
Still no mana leak, though, unfortunately, so not that strong at chasing right here.
Great
Nice
stun.
double stun. And the A ulti is going to connect onto his Sand King, and they will burst him down.
Smoogie thinking about going on MC. No reveal again means that NewBee cannot
They've been a little bit sloppy
capitalize.
about that, not carrying enough protection on anyone. Right now, they don't have a single dust on any of their heroes. And I think they need to start being ready for Mind Control doing that. So often he gets away with just blinking in, stunning, and then, oh, I'm fine because Sandstorm.
But how close was that attempt on Miracle, right? Drop him to like 150 HP.
Extremely close for sure.
And he's like one
Dire's
refraction,
top
snap,
tower
snap.
is under
I'm
attack.
back in fighting form.
Yeah, exactly. He's back and he's farming. He's got his Blink Dagger after this one camp. Of course, we're spending a lot of time talking about it. It's not even about my personal preference about TA. This is just the most important
Dire's
hero
top
right now.
tower
She's
is under
going to
attack.
scale and become a monster. The Blink on Sand King along with the Blink on TA, that is a kill potential that's able to bring down anyone on side of NewBee.
With GH Kotal. Aghanims is 1,400
Oh,
gold away. He just continues farming like a madman. And this
Now
is going to
with
give them
mana
so
leak.
much. Now with Mana Leak, yeah, you're right.
Get yours now.
So that's going to give them heals onto the Dragon Knight, onto the TA when they're pushing forward. Will stop situations like we just saw. Going to give you the global presence. The vision for the Sand King to catch people as well is going to be huge.
The level 15 talent for Otto is one of the best as well, I think, in the game. 350 cast range. When he has so many active things, you tend to buy active items as well, like the Force Staff he already has.
Hex later on.
Yeah, Hex, any single item later on. I've even seen the Meme Hammer on Coddle just because of the long cast range, and it can honestly work wonders.
We've seen a bunch of like Ether Lens Kotal into like Meteor Hammer, then a Scythe of Vice.
You can push from so far away with that.
Miracle, melded, hiding and waiting.
Yeah, it's the two heroes that we mentioned. They
Radiant's
want to sit
bottom
and
tower
try
is
to
under
create a kill.
attack.
I think they might be more successful after he shows himself here on Miracle. Someone will come up here. And even Storm could die with AA ulti coming in, or with Sand King ulti. Okay,
Do they have vision of this? I don't think Liquid...
No, they didn't see me yet. They
Liquid-
saw. Both there. Sand King will just pounce in and he will be dead. Meanwhile, AA getting a little bit of level on mid, getting some love. Gonna go with the 60 GPM talent. One of the worst talents in the game, but still, it's
money.
It's giving you something. At the point that Kuroki is at, 60 GPM seems pretty good.
Almost a ward a minute.
Almost a ward a minute. That's the way you have to see it.
Yeah. I can't remember who taught me that, but it's like, that's the way you look at supports GPM talents.
Well,
it's like, it's a voice. Oh, nice smoke pop, Kaka.
Smoke breaking.
No reveal?
Not have any form of reveal. Well, the worst GPM talent ever was the level 15 silencer one. 60.
Oh, it's still 60.
On 15. That was such a bad talent. Man, Kaka is keeping track of them here. Throwing them to his team, but they can't quite get the point of initiation here. They're trying with the Infest Bomb. Obviously, they have Bloodstone on Storm now, so he wants to get some charges going.
They have one sentry mid for Liquid, but Kaka's very, very nicely dancing around it.
He is. He is. He's doing a great job, even soaking up some of the experience over here.
NewBee desperately want to get in here. They want to go fight. They've smoked themselves up. Kaka's vendetta has ended, so he's going to walk back, but the rest of the team undecisive about what they're doing. Now they've drawn the line towards Roshan. They've not seen Liquid in a few seconds. Maybe a little bit worried about what's heading their way as a sentry gets placed down, immediately taken out by Miracle as mind control in. Now the zip forward. SE repelled up. He's going to zip back again to the other side, focusing down onto the TA with a big stun coming through. Mind control is going to get taken out here, surely. No, turn around. 3-man burrow, but 2-man kills off SE, and KP's fallen as well. NewBee, what's happened? Just one play from mind control has turned everything on its heads.
Yeah, that along with the damage from Illuminate, they're now trying to kill Kuro, gonna get him quite quickly here, but Matumba Man is scary. Infest running away inside the Nyx.
Dear me. Base nearly dead. Mind Control's having another little fight here, but SC back in battle, looking for the GH Coastal. One more hit is all he needs. He'll zap forward and get that final touch as Matumba Man, full HP, full mana, with Mind Control ready to blink stun. Could think about going in onto SC again.
Would be massive to kill him twice in the same fight, get that Bloodstone charges away, but they killed him once at least. Came back. Some retribution, but that was a very closely matched fight. Good Fiend script by the Bane, who managed to stand in the outskirts and still reach the TA. Very clumped up fight though, which is hard against AA, Caudle, and Sanking. The three of them had massive impact. Even the Dragon Knight did quite a bit of work there.
Hey, like Nyx had a really sick 2-man Impale, and then Mind Control's in with a 3-man Epicenter, 2-man Burrow Strike, and then another like 3 or 4-man Burrow Strike to top it all off. Everyone just performing very well, executing nicely around this mid lane, but you can feel how tense it is potentially for NewBee here. They're the ones that definitely want to kind of get the job done and go and steal Roshan away from Liquid, because the Aegis, but feels like Liquid's kind of hope and savior this game to really push forward and get the win.
It really is. All eyes are on the Rosh pit, and being able to take the Roshan sneakily is what Liquid are hoping for. But I like what they were doing here with Storm, just going down bottom, pushing a little bit. Now they see the TP down bottom by Dragon Knight. Instantly, they go for a smoke themselves again. Infest is going. Anyone who is alone right now will quickly be bursted down. Have a ward, they see the TA farming.
Yeah.
Likely their targets.
They are not going in blind. They go for the AA. Kuroki is blown up.
That is a good target, actually.
Miracle blinks out.
Takes away a lot of the risk if you get the AA killed first. You can still always heal up with magic ones and not do it as easily.
But NewBee can't seem to do anything from there.
No, and they're now going for the Roshan. Look at this sneaky recall here. They're going to be spotted out by the ward. Barely seeing them. They're not going to be able to take it in time. Everyone is moving over.
Roshan loses 2,000 HP, and Liquid give up for now as the Carapace comes out from a trap.
Yeah,
was that a trap?
It was a trap. So the way it works is TA is the one dealing the damage. Unlike Techie's Mines, it works different. Oh, Kaka moving in a little bit.
Oh. Traps.
Traps everywhere.
Roshan's still being attempted here by Liquid. Miracle in the pit, 3 outside. Kaka moves in again. Carapace up onto another trap, so Miracle does get stunned a touch.
Really awkward Roche attempt here.
This is
such a standoff, and of course the Infest Bomb is ready to be let go any moment if they can go in. Storms could swing over to the west a little bit. If he goes from up north, that could be an easier point of initiation. But in the end, they're gonna back out. So yeah, the way it works is different from the way Techie's mines work.
Serpent wards and plague wards.
Exactly, they're all their own units, whereas the TA traps somehow
symbiotic relationship.
Somehow, yes. Oh, here we go. They're walking up high ground.
They've caught one, but the repel instantly. Kaka turns with a stun, and SC's in with the Infest Bomb. The Guardian Angel's out from KP, and NewBee, they only lose their Bane until Mind Control arrives with the sick epicenter. Kaka, Carapace is back, but he's meld struck and side-bladed down by Miracle's Death OTA, and they're chasing KP. There's no way escaping.
KP gets brought down as well. Liquid really showing the strength of their core heroes right now. They're dealing so much damage. And by core heroes, I'm talking about 4 of them, because that Caudle is doing a lot of work. They focused him entirely, and yes, you did bring him down in the end, but that walk cost.
3 heroes down from NewBee. No Infest. Oh, they've got an Infest Bomb right now, actually. It's just come off cooldown, but they're going to get scouted by a range creep. No, zipping in. Mugi and SC. Out they come. Oh, but Man dropping really low. The Ice Blast comes through. The Aegis snatched by SC. He's taken it away from them. Liquid, what do you do against this? The Aegis is popped, so SC returns with full HP, full mana. In onto Kuroki. Down goes the Ancient Apparition. And NewBee with that one buyback. Absolutely beautiful stuff.
GHGP's in. Is he going to live here?
Me. Storm zipping forward, looking for more.
Vortex, but he can't quite get the reach. Just barely gonna get away. Hasted on TA, but no mana really to speak of, so should be a little bit careful as well. Trapping them as they run away here. He's doing some good damage to them with the traps. KP, ooh, gets out with Clutch Blink. Another trap though.
Mana leak onto Mugi. This is obnoxious as fuck, honestly. Just spells everywhere, but they've got Repel and Rage, and they will walk it off.
They managed to get out in the end, and they retained the gem. They still have that. Liquid did not lose that. That was a clutch Aegis steal though. The Storm was so close to going down to just the AA burst. Beautiful quick stun by Sanking. As soon as Storm was in there, he's like, yep, you're stunned. So quick.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Liquid still on the front foot. They know there's no Aegis here. Potentially no play for NewBee to make without a Guardian Angel.
I like how Matumbaman practically has no item yet. He's just a drum spreads Dragon Knight at minute 27 pretty much. But that doesn't really matter. He's tanky, he carries a stun, and the damage is coming out from his team anyway. He's just being obnoxious there on the front line. They're going to take this tower without creeps.
Like a wannabe Wraith King, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's just like,
pretty much.
Cast spells on me, let the rest of my team survive, please.
Pretty
Big
much.
old damage sink DK.
I think this Ghost Scepter is going to be massive for GH. The survivability he will get from it is really, really big. Caudle won't be able to die to Lifestealer or Storm anymore when he has this.
Kuroki's got one as well himself.
Yeah, I think it's a great read on this game, getting in on both your supports. Who are they going to target? They're only going on Caudle and AA in every single fight. Of course, they try to kill TA every now and then, but it's going to get harder.
Of course, you're going to have to buy up a Nullifier or something like that. NewBee squad, if you want to try and deal with these Ghost Scepters. Oh, so ward on ward here. A little bit
awkward double ward. Well, double ward by Dire and then a ward next to it as well. So kind of wasted, but they want to just see the high ground, see if they can jump in and get a pick.
Liquid are like, nah, mate.
Nah, mate. We'll come back to D-ward that later.
We push. We push now.
Exactly. There's no stress on Liquid to force the issue. They can also just TP away and push with Dragon Knights without having to worry, since they have the recall if anything happens. Can get right now as Liquid want to slow the game down, get a little bit more farm. If they get the Orchid on PA, he's going to be very happy about that, since Lincoln is not yet up.
Super important as well with these wards to try and spot out like smokes, infests, Lifestealer into the storm. Just kind of get an inkling, a bit of knowledge about what NewBee are planning in the next 30 seconds to a minute or so, and they're trying to de-ward, but there's nothing up here. A little bit further across to this side. Also, these Ob Sentry combos, right? Looking for the Nyx Assassin. Only one of them up there. place down, you know, a ton of sentries on these entry points.
Well, they have that, and then they have the gem on Caudle,
Oh,
so
yeah, you're
it's
right.
quite dangerous for the Caudle or for the Nyx to run in, since the Caudle might always see him. It is nighttime though. Good time for Dire to fight.
Stupendous.
So until the day comes around again.
Has a pretty big impact since the vision. Oh, they could lead with a Carapace on mid. I don't know if they're gonna be able to reach him though. It's like, I got stunned, guys.
Sure got me.
Yep.
You've got your Ghost on Caudle. Apparition.
Looking
Miracle.
hard. I don't know how they're gonna burst anyone apart from Miracle. He's the only one who looks like a viable target here for Dire to go on. Depends, of course, on the initiation.
Are you afraid at all about Miracle's build going very kind of damage-based? He's got, you know, defensive item in the Hurricane Pike.
Not quite. Both builds have some merit to them. One big thing that people seem to ignore when looking at builds like this, because obviously an amazing amount of PA. A lot of people are like, I know BKB. Oh, bad. You should have bought BKB. Well, he's going to have a late 10-second BKB later on in the fight, and that has a massive impact. They're now grouping up, moving around here. Could get a really nice initiation, perhaps. They have a read. Oh, they have a ward. This
Oh man, 2-man, stun into Ice Blast. It catches 3. The GA from KP. He was trying to save his buddies, but now SEC with the Infest back. The catch 1, looking for the GH Caudle. Get him as well. This is a really balanced fight between the two of them. But KP, the Purification keeps him alive barely through the Miracle, but now the full step forward. Mind controls Epicenter in on top of NewBee, and the deny from the Storm means the NewBee being wiped off the face of the map. One by one, they'll dive in now, but Mugi strong enough to get to the high ground and away from Miracle, but Liquid, that ward, perfect for that smoke movement in.
Such a big thing that they didn't find the D ward on that Observer and Sentry, so they saw Nyx as well. Beautiful double stun coming in to lead the way with Sanking. AA ulti landed perfectly, and of course, both the DK and the TA, well, they're not unhappy to be going on some stun targets and killing them. Easy for them. Regen rune again here for SEC. Does get some nice runes, but he did lose Bloodstone charges in that fight, and that hurts you.
Second time now he's been down to 10.
It's not horrible though. 10 is still manageable. Your mana is still definitely decent. I think once it goes down to 6 or lower, you really struggle to even farm effectively. His mana regen is going to be okay for now. This is starting to get a little bit worrisome. If you're a fan of NewBee, this is not a good spot to be in. Another smoke being purchased by AA here, so towards Liquid to go for a group up perhaps.
When's the next Roche?
They're recalling. They're smoking up right now.
It's a bit over a minute and fast as Roche spawn, but yeah, here comes the smoke from Liquid you were talking about.
Gonna put down a Sentry. Sentry is on point. They don't want to attack it, but they know you're there, guys. Nothing to hide. Ping, ping.
You may as well just kill point.
Yeah, well,
Regeneration.
waiting to see if they can find any form of advantage.
Kaka has the gem. Liquid. A new one just yet. Spamming sentries dead for this next assassin. NewBee trying to hold their high ground. They need their life stealer to come back. Yeah, he's TPing now towards the tier 3. SC starts things off with a little bit of a chip damage here onto Matu with the help of that repel.
Chip damage won't do much against the Caudle though. He's just repeatedly spamming out the heal. Look for the Carapace.
Infest bomb in with the Carapace onto Matu. Fiends could be expended as well. That's the DK dead. Chase has to secure them. More kills. GH goes set to 4-staff TP. Do they have a stun to catch him as he retreats? Yes, they do with a Yule's up from Kaka. Very quickly swinging from 1 to 2 to 3. NewBee learning to count with Gary B.
Seems like they got a little bit out of position there with the Dragon Knights and didn't quite have anyone who wanted to go in to try and save him. He was facing the wrong way, so they can't even 4-staff him. That's just going to push him into the enemy team. Of course, otherwise that would be a nice play. They have 3 4-staffs. And after that, the supports are simply not mobile enough to get away from the Storm Spirit as he goes in. But
even with a double damage on Miracle.
NewBee definitely showing some big signs of life here, showing that their lineup is still having some clear combinations.
Going. Got Kaka in front of him, hands over the gem to the Storm.
Went to Jewelry Store, picked up a gem.
Lovely.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Reward yourself.
Miracle, full Bloodstone, and there's the BKB that you were mentioning. You know, come around.
Bloodstone?
BKB. There.
Middle
BKB.
Bloodthorn.
Bloodthorn, Bloodstone, Bloodthorn.
There's a lot of blood everywhere.
There. But yeah, he's got Bloodthorn.
He's got the bet.
BKB's going to be here before 40 minutes for Miracle. So it's looking good still for this TA who has died only once this game.
Exactly. If you can get to this point where you're playing without a BKB and you're still able to not die and get this much farm, then this is the better progression, just because you will have that 10-second charges, whereas everyone else is having their charges being expended a bit. Well, technically, Matumba Man still has a 10-second because he didn't get to use it. He just got bursted.
Very true.
Surprised he didn't go for a Blink Dagger build, but I suppose he was so underfarmed he didn't want to tie himself back even more with that. Definitely a strong item for this game.
Big old tank. Oh, he misses! Mind control. No, that's not how you start a fight.
An uncharacteristic mistake by Mind Control.
Matu hit by the exact end of the impale of Nyx. Miracle jumping in now, an epicenter from MC. He does have a Blink Burrow, but Faith, the only hero he catches, a GA quickly out from KP with a Brain Sap to follow. Faith's gonna get hit though by the Ice Blast and Cold Feet, and down he goes as the BKB from Matu looking for Kaka. There's the Carapace and the stun, but Kaka dead. Mind control, Burrow strike back in onto KP and NewBee. They're being picked apart one by one, little by little, as he jumps in though now with the Infested Lifesteal jumping out. Matu will die, but Liquid they can extract.
Can the supports run away this time?
GH goes Scepter, 4 staff ready, high ground not available to him, and the stuns are enough to kill off 2.
Oh, Kuro though, he's, you know, slippery sliding away. This little AA wants to live. He finds an Invis rune, the best feeling when trying to get away as a support with no items.
But a Roshan steal from NewBee potentially coming out now.
And Roshan is really big for them. If they get this Aegis and Cheese onto Storm, it would be massive. Buyback already being used. A ulti coming in.
Oh, Miracle. He wanted Mugi. Toggles his armlet off. He's got the Repel and the Lincolns on him, but Mind Control's out of mana and out of space to live here. It looks like with the gem drop, Kaka will pick it up. Buyback immediately. Lifestealer did die in the end, so what is this Omni, DK, Sand King, Lifestealer? Everyone's just going ding, 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 spend our money.
Lifestealer made a little bit of a mistake there. He could have infested someone to prevent himself from dying, but he thought that he was going to be fine, I believe, or he tried to get into someone who ran away from him. Not sure which, but in the end did not get his ulti off, and he went down to the AA ulti. They see them. Great ward here for Dire. We've seen what wards can do.
NewBee on the front foot, zip forward. There we go. Catch Mind Control. No, it's catching the DK. Mind Control. Die back. BKB from Matumba Man. Will it do enough? Mugi's chasing forward. And the Dragon Knight, he's going to run out of duration. He's got no TP and he's getting gripped up by Faith. NewBee swinging in hard and strong as they sweep through Liquid. The diebacks are huge.
2 diebacks right like that, and those are very essential heroes for this lineup as well. They need these stuns to be able to bring anyone down. SCCC going back to defend here as the courier gets sniped. That was the Shivas on the courier recipe only. He could buy a new one, honestly. The recipe is not expensive.
It really isn't. Kotl, nice full staff, drifting away, blinding light.
Still not safe though. He has no other escape, only the Ghost Scepter, but they're gonna stop pursuing as the TA is around. They're going back towards the Roche.
Finish this Roshan.
Yeah, I don't want to get distracted. They still have 40 seconds to go on the big stunts.
My hands are off the keyboard and mouse, Wagga. I'm looking at Miracle because...
Yeah, he's the only one who can save this situation for Radiant.
Don't you know it? Don't you know it?
Oh, I don't know if he wants to go in there. He doesn't have any gold at all. No buyback available. If he dies,
Kuro,
that would be...
He's been found. Yeah. He surely dies here to the Vortex.
He gets the grab. And that's one more Bloodstone charge. He's up to 18 again. Who took SEC's Bloodstone charges? He takes them back. TA, no buyback. Do not die.
There's no... Oh, blink, 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 blink,
She does have it. She gets out. Does have the 10 charges as well in Refraction.
Dire's top shrine
He is gonna be fine for now. That is some scary moment though.
Baited.
Definitely baited. But unfortunately not going to stop too much.
Well, Roshan's still alive and DK is respawned. Sand King's respawned.
Yeah, maybe they can contest. They're relocating to take the fight. They're gonna recall in the TA as well in a second. He has 5 seconds cooldown. You can call him soon on Kotl.
There is no Ice Blast. Kaka has a Vendetta in a couple of seconds as well. The Blinding Light tries to buy time. In comes though. Look at that, Kaka, you are a freaking god! Mind Control gets absolutely screwed over by the Nyx. Now they move on to Matumba Man. TC.
Oh,
zips forward. GH tries to slide down to low ground, but he will be taken out.
Dead. Quickly, they need to react to the bottom lane. There's push already onto their racks here as TA is pushing. She does not have buyback still if they were to somehow close the distance, but she's quite hard to catch. Blink and Force Staff. And we have seen so many pre-stunts on Roshan dying by different teams, just calling it good discipline. And this is finally one of those times where it actually paid off.
Yeah.
He did not have vision of anything that was happening. He just knows that Roshan's very low. The enemy are looking at us with Caudal Aghanims. And as it was about to die, he stuns and it worked out.
Perfect stuff. We're hitting so many level 25s. It's getting insane now, but a quick rundown of what we got so far. Storm Spirit, he's got little ball lightning remnants going around everywhere, which is pretty nice.
I believe it still has the bug as well that I first learned from Weeha, I believe. Stalking after TA here, but no one's close enough. So there's a bug about this talent that if you level it up while you're already ball lightning and ing, then it's gonna drop all the lightning remnants that you should have dropped in that distance. It's gonna drop towards the end.
Oh, really?
I'm not sure the bug still exists, but I've seen it used by Weeha. I thought it was amazing. Wow. It looks really strong. If you do a super long jump, you just end up having like
20 remnants.
Yeah, 15 or 20 remnants stacked on top of each other. So you can one-shot someone with it, actually.
Dota 2.
Yeah, it's the game of intricate details and weird interactions.
I was wondering for a second, like, what on earth is SC buying with another point booster? But of course, the Aghanim Scepter.
Yep, the Aghanim Scepter is quite strong. He does have the increased duration on the Vortex as well. And honestly, an item that, you know, people kind of frown upon. But if you get that and a Meteor Hammer in your team, it's honestly a sick combo that you can pull off on your own.
5-man.
Yeah, you can kind of build your own black hole, you know? It's a do-it-yourself from IKEA black hole.
Well, what would they call it? Because IKEA has all the funny names.
Oh,
you know?
Probably Martin or something like that.
Bjorn.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah, they always have those beautiful names.
Jävla fitta.
Nice, Vittu.
Radiant's top
tower. Now we're getting into some finish next.
Learning foreign languages with Gary B. So split push is happening down here by Liquid. They're just trying to get whatever they can in terms of farm. TA needs travels next, but you can delay the travels a little bit when you have a Caudal in your team. You still definitely want it though. Smoke coming out here from NewBee again. Are they going to be successful in finding anyone?
Was that Ice Blast travel over them?
It did travel over them.
Catches on the neck.
Oh, good GH. He has the blink, has the 4-step, and he's so quick. They don't have the Storm. He's the #1 here for catching stuff.
450 move speed. See ya, boys. Now they turn back, but Arca's caught by a nice Burrow Strike from Mind Control. Blinding Light pushes them away.
Storm coming in. He has Aghanims, he can grab them.
NewBee wants to go forward. There's a Repel and the 2-man Vortex catching both of the supports. SC has trapped them in, but a big epicenter. That's Mind Control in battle, doing damage with a big Burst Strike as well, and Miracle's PKB going to work. A nice Ice Blast with a dying breath of Kuroki, clearing through 3 of NewBee, and SC is trapped with the Dragon Tail, the stuns from MC, and Miracle's damage. They've got the kill. Moogie goes for the TP with the rage, but the damage output is too good. The Aegis is gone. He's going to die a second time.
He kind of panicked, I think, with that TPing out with very low HP next to them. Now he's just gonna die. That is Miracle.
5-man wipe, 6-man wipe with the Aegis.
6-man wipe, you can say. And they only lost the 2 supports. They're quite hard to kill. I feel like Storm going in and trying to grab the supports there, he kills them so slowly though, because there's no blink on the Nyx or any other way for Lifestealer to get in there.
And then the rest of his team trying to catch up.
Yeah, massive epicenter landed onto them with a stun. Everyone else just couldn't really follow up. I think Storm needs to try and get one of these core heroes instead, because killing off only the support's not gonna be enough.
And that's gonna be Lane of Rack's bottom, tier 3 middle. SC has respawned. Tries to keep them at bay, but Miracle with his Deso Bloodthorn just ripping apart these buildings. There's an AC on the
There was a Storm Spirit in that, Rax.
Dire's middle barracks.
Yeah, buyback being used, but it's not really going to achieve anything. They'll continue here. He gets stunned on KP.
SC going in. Trying to catch Matuma Man, but his BKB gives him that nice umbrella of safety. SC running low on mana here. It feels like he's kind of run out of steam as well. As the Impale not landing. The BKB from Miracle buys so much space and time as Epicenter Burrow into Kaka, finds the 2 supports. With no buybacks here from NewBee, it
looks
feels
like it should be
game over.
Yeah, don't think they will be able to do anything. SEC known for never giving up. He wants to keep trying. We're gonna see a nice 5-man black hole come. Fire Meteor Hammer. Come on, let's do it. Not that it's gonna do anything at all. He gets a big grab though.
Infest out, one dead, mind control gone, Matua Man about to fall as well. There's a lot of damage coming out of NewBee. Nice team fight win for them if they can catch and chase for more. KuroKy will be another collateral kill here.
He will never give up. He will try to win until the very end. That was a very nice 4-man grab with the Aghanims there. But in the end, they did lose their Mega Creeps. So Radiant with a very solid advantage right now. EA even moonsharding up, still has lots of money to spend. Going with a Doomstick. Fire and Blood. Be able to pretty much anyone. If they can break Storm's Lincoln, definitely destroy him. Even without breaking the link, I can just use the nullify to break and then silence him.
Yeah, damn right. NewBee against Mega Creeps. Well,
we've seen that win against Megas before.
Secret today against VP, but they had a lone druid.
They did have a lone druid. They had a little bit, you know, they had a few more outs than we're seeing here on NewBee. Their lineup not really itemized towards dealing with Mega Creeps, not really drafted to deal with Mega Creeps. You have no Battle Fury on Lifesteal or anything like that.
No Maelstrom on your Bane.
Yeah, should have got with the times, you know. Battle Fury, man. Yeah. You're a melee hero, are you not?
Absolutely. The Battle Fury going. Haste. Mugi tries to clear out creeps one by one, hitting them and hitting them and hitting them.
It's a lot of work.
The most tedious job ever is clearing out these Mega Creeps.
Sure, for sure.
Liquid, Eon Disc on Sand King, on Ancient Apparition. They've got some real great ways to turn around and disrupt the team fight combos of NewBee here with their support.
Coddle had one queued up as well, but he's going for the Eat Blade instead. Mana leaking mid, just gonna bother Kaka a little bit. He Yules himself. Fight is gonna happen mid. Kind of backing out. Fight 4v5. Feels like one of the few ways they could lose this game is by doing a dumb decision here. So maybe they stay in it.
For now.
For now. They're still never count them out.
Maelstrom Storm. We're doing it.
Of course.
Lightning boys.
They need some ways to clear the creeps. I believe more of their heroes need to start itemizing towards it as well. Would love to see the Bane going with that.
Get the Maelstrom out.
Sure.
That's freaking go. So, NewBee is real dire straits for them. Liquid just waiting out for the Roshan to respawn. Get that next Aegis, as Kaka does.
Yeah, he spotted him, and they have the storm is pointing in that direction, but jumping quite yet. Maybe they go mid even. Around like that.
Everyone's buying nullifiers now. We've got one on TA, one being built by Great impale from Kaka manages to keep the fight going the way of NewBee as they chase KuroKy now. Trying to find the kill on the Ancient Apparition. A few more hits will do the job for SC. Lincoln's pop now. The epicenter wound up. Will force the suicide.
Takes his life.
Has the TP away. Good Bar Strike continuation gets the Bane, but that could be the end of that once he dies on.
Buyback from Miracle here. Wants to end it right now. Not sure that I'm a massive fan of the buyback since Storm is respawning quite quickly, but I guess they're going to get the Aegis during this time. And with the Aegis on TA, they worry about the buyback being down. There's also a refresher, so DK could take that and have his ulti again. And they just go immediately.
Red numbers everywhere.
Bloodthorn, what a lovely item.
What do we have here? Cheese, Refresher, DK. Miracle, of course, after that buyback just now. Bane does have a buyback to come back into this, and I think we'll bring up that tab for now. See what's going on, because KP is still on cooldown for a little bit. 270 gold off it, but they're losing tier 4s. as these mega creeps are just clearing through the Dire base. NewBee still struggling to deal with the natural creep push coming in, but a Vortex onto 2 here as SE gets burst struck up with Moogie as well. Nice GA from KP, but the Ice Blast should secure this game from Kuroki as the refresher of Matuma allows another dragon to arrive onto the scene. No buyback from Moogie, a buyback from MC will come back with a Sand King and a sick burst strike in.
Everyone just melting.
One, but it's NewBee dead, and deader as the Vortex will be the last thing they do.
Yeah, he gets the black hole. Well, the Nullfire really coming in clutch towards the end there. It even purges off the GA to go through the safety provided by the Angel. However,